everybody, Charlie Girl here. I'm back. And tips on how not to date a dickhead, dickhead, or abuser, batter, jerk off, wienerhead. All sorts of names we can come up with tonight. But I won't be a sailor now, although I'd like to be. Okay, tonight we're going to go over one of the other signs of a dickhead. Batterers tend to display unusual amounts of anger. They get angry very easily over the most trivial things. They get very violent very easily, very quickly. I went out with Dr. Dickhead one night for dinner to a restaurant with my kids, and you gotta understand, this man is like 450 pounds. He's huge. He's massive. One of his hands is the size of my head, okay? But I thought it was sweet. And so this night he kind of freaked me out. We're out to this restaurant. He's ordering massive amounts of food. I mean, you could feed a small nation with all the food he was ordering. And he told the server, bring it out, stagger it. Don't bring it all out at once. A few things, at a time. She didn't hear him, or she didn't hear him correctly. So when the food was ready, she brought it all out at once. There's all these servers coming out with massive trays. And he freaked out. We're in a public restaurant, and he is screaming at this waitress, "You stupid bitch! You cunthead! What the hell's wrong with you? I told you to bring it out one at a time!" She's like, I'm so sorry. Would you like me to take some of it back and I can bring it back? Out. And he's like, "No, you're just too stupid. You won't be able to handle that either." I'm sitting here thinking, oh my God, this is not that big of a deal. This is not a massive thing. She made a mistake. Everybody just takes a little bit from each plate anyways. What does it matter? So that wasn't good enough for him. He continued to blow up. Hold on, I'm thirsty. He's blowing up, and he's calling her ignorant and stupid. And I'm just kind of sinking lower and lower into my chair. My kids are freaking out. They're like looking at me like, "Oh my God, Mom. The manager comes out. Dr. Dickhead is now screaming at the manager. He gets up out of his chair. Now, Dr. Dickhead's also about 6'4". The manager was the average size man. He's probably about 5'8", 5'10", probably about 150, 165 pounds. And he's making sure, Dr. Dickhead is making sure that he's towering over the guy. Whoa, whoa. It was completely fucking insane. The manager finally is like, "Sir, you're going to have to leave. You are not going to abuse our wait staff. This is totally unacceptable." And Andy's like, and he comes and sits back down. And he's like, "We're not leaving." And he turns to me and he tells me, "You and the kids hurry up and eat. We're going to hurry up and eat. And when I tell you, you get out of here." The millionaire man, Dr. Man, is planning on jetting on the truck. I was like, "No, let's sit down, let's enjoy our meal. Everybody's tired, we're all exhausted, we want to eat. Let's just calm down. It's not that big of a deal." He was still trying to impress me at this point, so he says, "Okay, fine." So we start eating, and he's saying, "Oh, the food's okay, but you can tell that it's not the best quality. That's why they give such large quantities. Places that give large quantities, it's always because it's not good food." He's still going on about this little incident. So finally, the bill does arrive, and he tells the kids and I to get out. I'm just like blown away. So we walk out of the restaurant. I look back into the restaurant. He's screaming at this manager, throwing things at the manager. All because the waitress brought all the food out at once. And it wasn't like we had ordered appetizers and salads and like entrees. He had ordered all entrees for everybody to split. So it actually was a logical kind of deduction on her part to bring it all out at once. So when you're with someone who has the potential to be a batterer, you will learn that they will blow up over little things, whether it be, you know, one night he blew up at me because I only had on the lights in the living room. That was the only room I was in. The kids were asleep. He blew up. He said when he comes home, he expects to have every light in the house on, so he feels like he's being welcomed to his home. He's like, it's a waste. He's like, it doesn't matter. I make enough money. It was the most bizarre thing. He blew up at me over making chicken noodle soup one night. I mean, anything he could blow up over, he did. I had a gig. I'm a photographer, and I had a gig to shoot, but he wanted me to spend the day with him, which would make it really hard for me to get to this gig on time that I had been booked for a month. He wanted us to go to the store and then go into the city and go to this car show. Well, it was pushing time for me. By the time we got done doing everything that he wanted to do, and I had told him, I said, I really don't think this is a good day for me to do this. I need to really be home in time to leave for my gig. And I was so scared. He's like, oh, no, no, we need to spend some time together. I was so scared to say, no, I have to work because I was so terrified of him throwing us out or losing his temper on us that I went, even though I knew it was going to be an exhaustingly long day. I was shooting a wedding that night. I don't do weddings, but I did this time. We go to the car show. We go to the store. Then we go to the car show. Then we go back to his house, and he asked me, "Do you know how to get to it?" And I said, "No, but when I get home, I'm gonna Yahoo it and print it up, and it'll print up while I'm getting ready, or my daughter will do it for me while I'm getting everything out of the car, and then I'll be fine." He's like, "No, no, no, no. You're gonna take my navigation system." I was like, I can do this. I'm fine. It's okay. I'll print up the directions. I'd rather have them in printed form anyways. They, no, 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 you're going to take it. So he goes to his navigator, and he brings back his little, whatever, GPS thing, puts it in the car, and he's trying to show me. I'm like, look, I don't have time. I am already half an hour late to get to this gig. As I still have to go home, I have to change. I've got to get all the equipment out into the car. Slams down his fist. Wham! You're not leaving until you understand how to do this. You're going to sit here until you can do this, until you can understand this navigation. I don't care how long it takes. You are going to sit here until I say you can go. Dude, I have a solution. When I get home, my daughter will either get on Yahoo and do the address for me, or I will. Not a big deal. While that's going on, I can be getting everything ready. I don't have time to sit here and watch you teach me how to do this navigation system that I never used before. I'm not comfortable with it. He rips out of the car, screaming at me at the top of his lungs in his driveway, "Fuck you, bitch!" and flipping me off in front of my kids, screaming like a banshee. I got the hell out of there. If they blow up over little things like that, you've got the potential for a very seriously violent relationship. You have to get away. Anyone that blows up over little tiny things like that cannot handle little incidences in life is going to eventually hit you. Is going to eventually stalk you, obsessively stalk, or going to kill you. You cannot, if they show any abnormal sign of anger, don't question, is it you? Maybe you're judging it. Go with your first instinct. This is bizarre. This is not normal. Get away. Run. Don't walk. Run and get away from them. Otherwise, you are going to be sitting in the hospital one night, critically injured or dead. So, I have more for you, but I'm almost out of time. Again, imagine that. I'll be back. And we'll cover the next sign. And please, 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 no, it's not you. If you're getting those red flags, listen to them. Don't feel sorry. Listen to them. Don't feel sorry for the guy because he's fucked up. So I'll see you in a few. Bye-bye.